frustration is really hard. If I don't get home before 8, she puts on the sweatpants. And once the sweatpants are on, I get nothing.
What advice would you give husbands and boyfriends at the workplace who are trying to make it home and beat the clock for sweatpants time?
I might be the wrong guy to ask. I got divorced a while back. I was married for 20 years though, so yeah, I don't know. Go see Extract. Got to do.
There you go.
It'll make you talk about it. Talking about it's a good thing.
I want to talk about your characters, especially in Extract. Most of the characters we've all seen in, at the grocery store, in the workplace. When you're writing, do you write for like a specific person you know, or do you collect like different attitudes and just kind of put it together?
I kind of collect a bunch of stuff and put it together. Sometimes it's kind of different ways. Like yeah, like I mean this woman that Beth Grant plays. It's the kind of bitter, bossy. I've seen a lot of those kind of everywhere. I mean, I just. Sometimes I'll start writing it and it'll just start coming, and then I'll realize later who I'm basing it on. I don't even, but I've hardly ever based anything on just one person. I think that's probably never happened.
So it's just like a bunch of different people, and you're just, I guess, like people watching. You're like, oh, okay. And
yeah.
Just different mannerisms come together.
Yeah, I mean, well, in animation, sometimes it'll start with a drawing, and sometimes something will happen accidentally, where. I mean, Beavis and Butthead were both attempts to draw the same guy I went to high school with, but then I tried it one way and another way, and then I just kind of like started going in these different directions that I accidentally went. It's kind of hard to explain, but
yeah. And
it's kind of similar in writing. I think you kind of, like sometimes I'll take just like, sometimes I'll rip off reality. Like I'll take a phrase just verbatim. I mean, in Extract, when the guy, and it doesn't get much of a laugh, this line, but when there was a guy I worked in a factory setting a couple times, and one of them, a guy just came up to me and said, yeah, I started here with Manpower too. I did 40 crates a day. And it was my first day, and he was kind of hazing me, and so I kind of started with that for that character.
That's what's so brilliant about your films, because you can relate to them so much, and just like the characters and point them out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like, because I've had so many jobs, I feel like there are these, I think you could almost call them archetype characters that are just, and also when I was a musician going on the road, playing all over the country, you kind of see like, oh, there's that guy again, and there's, there's there's just these kind of characters that exist everywhere.
I want to talk about the Extract product. Why did you decide to go with that product, for the film?
Well, I guess it started with south of Austin on I-35. There used to be this great. It was the Adams Extract Factory. It was just a really cool looking building. I like those classic American factory kind of looks. There's actually a lot of them in Dallas, but. I was with my realtor once, and he pointed to this really nice house in Pemberton area of Austin, and said, "Oh, that's where the Adams Extract people live," and it just seemed like, it's kind of this odd item that's in the grocery store that you don't think about much, but it's in every grocery store, and someone has to make it. And I actually have been also when I was a musician, I played with a guy who was sponsored by Miller Genuine Draft, and they would fly us to Milwaukee and tour the bottling factory, and I just like that, watching that machinery work. It's just
how it works.
I actually really like it, and I went and toured the Adams Extract factory and checked it out, and also and then when I tell people, when I say, oh, it's about a guy who owns a company that makes vanilla extract, they start laughing. So I figure I'm already one step ahead.
Yeah.
Just might as well keep it that.
A lot of your stories take place in Texas. Besides being really awesome, why do you choose Texas for the settings?
I tried to make them sort of generic, but they end up, because I've shot stuff in Texas. I shot a lot of exteriors in this movie in Texas, so they do kind of look like Texas. But I I guess I like it here. It's familiar. I was originally thinking of having this was going to be specifically set in somewhere like Lincoln, Nebraska, or Kansas City or something, somewhere Midwest, and then just decided to make it generic. But I think people probably think it's Texas, because especially people around here, because I mean I made the factory kind of look like the Adams Extract Factory.
What's next for you?
Well, I'm going to take a break. There's a movie called Brigadier Gerard that my producing partners wrote, and John Altshuler and David Krinsky. And I think we might make that one. I'll probably produce it, not direct it, but it's a comedy set during the Napoleonic Wars in France. It was based on these Sir Arthur Conan Doyle books, and they're just, I think it's just really funny. I think it could be good.
Joel, let me introduce you to the new temps. This is Cindy.
Hey.
Hi.
And, I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Damn! She work here?
Yes, she's a temp.
She's a tramp?
Temp.
Come on and take a free ride. Come on and take a free ride.
Stress is a killer.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What is he doing? We can't do our job if they don't do our job.
Extract.
I get paranoid when I smoke.
Not if you smoke a little.